Hello everyone, this is Jen Leonard, one of the Altenew educators, and I'm so excited to be part of this video hop featuring October's monthly subscription. Today, I'll be highlighting the ever-popular Dynamic Duo subscription and Craft Your Life. The Sunshine Flowers Craft Your Life is a beautiful set, and you get the matching die set, the 3D embossing folder, the stencil set, and of course the stamp set. But let's begin with our Dynamic Duo. This is the add-on die that I wanted to put markings on the corners because the stenciled flowers will bloom off of these stems. And if you align your stems too far to the left or right, when you die cut out this bouquet, you might accidentally cut off your flowers. And we don't want to do that, do we? So as I'm on stencil 1 and image 1, I am inking up my stems, and you notice I accidentally colored in that little bottom down there. Don't do that. That is a little bit of a mistake, but because we are die cutting it out, it really does not matter. But I just wanted to point that out. Don't follow me exactly on this recording. So I'm just going through lining up each of the stems of the different layered stencils. I do have to apologize. I am coming off of a cold and my head is a bit stuffy, but more importantly, my brain wants to say something, but the words are coming out a little differently sometimes. So if I seem mumbled, I apologize. So what I'm doing is I am just getting all of the stems colored in with various shades of green. And I love how with a stencil, you can be so creative on your own and you can create different shades of green. You can even mix in some browns for your stems. And I think that's my favorite part of stenciling is that you can create various shades of colors with all of the beautiful Altenew inks. With this stencil, you'll notice some lines are already etched into the stencil, and that makes alignment so perfectly. So you just have to kind of line up what you just stenciled with the etched lines, and then you know you're in perfect alignment for your flowers. So I am using some coral red and some chamomile down here for those little, they remind me of like a Lazy Susan type flower. I know they're all wildflowers, and I'm just throwing out flowers names or coneflower, because that's what it reminds me of when in my garden. And what you're noticing as I'm blending in all of these colors is that I'm not being extra particular in switching off my blending brushes. So what I do is I have a blending brush for each of the major color families, the blues, the reds, the yellows, maybe the greens, of course. But I'm okay with mixing blues and purples or some blues and reds because they're all in the same color family. And what happens is for blending, in the same color family. And what you get is a variation of colors that will be unique to your card. Now, I don't go crazy and blend all the colors, or then I would have a muddy brown, right? But what I do is when I'm creating all of these colors, as long as I know they're going to blend into another layer of color in that big color family, I just go for it. And then when I'm done with the card, I do take extra careful attention, and then we'll clean my blending brushes. So I'm using some Aqualicious, I'm using some fuchsia, and I'm using some pool, and I'm just having fun blending around with all of the different colors. I love the stencil because it really is natural. When you look how it's aligned, you just have to turn the stencil 90 degrees and you slide it into place. And because the etchings are right there, Altenew makes these wonderful sort of guide lines, if you would say. So you really can't go wrong when you are doing all of your stenciling. So while you watch me do all these fun colors, please remember, as this is a video hop, to hop along each of our videos, crafting videos, leave a comment and subscribe to continue to receive great inspiration. So there is a tiny little piece of stem that I missed on this bit of a lavender flower here. And I just went back and did a little dabble do it right there on that stem. Now I'm finishing off the center pieces, and I was like, what kind of color should I use? And I wanted to bring out a deep, dark yellow, sort of that earthy tone yellow that I thought would really accentuate the blues and purples. So I believe I grabbed chamomile to create that center. And you only have to put the stencil down one time because it's all perfectly aligned. So I am bringing in the stamp set. Now this is what makes this a dynamic duo. The dynamic duo is stencil plus stamp set. And these stamp sets match right over your finished stenciling. And this is what's going to bring your wildflower bouquet to life. So I'm aligning up over the center of the flower and over the little lavender stalks. And I'm going to bring this bouquet to life by using my favorite color, navy, because navy has become my favorite new natural, neutral, I should say, not natural, although it is a natural color in my wardrobe, but a neutral for me, especially when I'm using these blues and purples. And I'm just bringing this on, and when you see me lift this up, you're going to say, oh my gosh, there it is. Wow, look at this bouquet. Isn't it just pretty? All right, so this one little piece is left. It's the center piece of the flower, and I am going to grab it, and when I flip over the plate, I'm just going to give it a little smush, a little kiss. Nothing harsh, just done. And it creates that depth. All right, so I've die cut it out. And now this is where the fun begins. When I was making this card, I was not feeling my best and my brain was all over the place. So I wanted to use the gradient strip cover die. That much I knew, because I wanted the flower to have a backdrop, sort of an anchor, if you will. But I wasn't sure what color I wanted behind. Did I want some green? Did I want some blue? I was just playing with the various shades of card stock that I have. And I thought, do I want to use what? I was looking at my sentiments here. I was really just winging it. I had no idea where I was going with this card. And winging a card is not always the smartest thing to do. But you'll see it turns out great in the end. So I did some splattering because I wanted a little bit of depth, a little bit more interest to the card. I get my strip cover die down perfectly in alignment. And here's where my brain went, woohoo. I thought, oh, let me just, blend some navy ink on this card and it'll be beautiful. Well, wow, that was a huge mistake because it looked hideous. But never fear, I just cut another layer out of gradient strip cover die in white, glued it on top, and you'll never know the difference. I kept this in here on purpose to show you that even us crafters that have some experience, our minds go all over the place, and we just like to show you that this does not just come immediately out of our heads. We do have to practice as well. All right, so here we go back. I picked this beautiful sentiment of bloom with kindness, backed it onto some navy to bring in that depth, and now I have some extra strips that I can use for another project. All right, so now we have our sunshine flowers, and sadly, I omitted a piece of video that I'm so sad because it showed you how to layer the centerpiece of the flower. But I am so sorry that got omitted. But here I am finishing off this flower. I am going in with my blues. I wanted to create a different color flower. These are called sunshine flowers. So you would naturally think yellow, sunshine, but blues can be fun and full of shine, so why not be a little bit different? So I decided to go in with some vibrant blues, but I wanted a contrast. So when I go with the leaves, I went with moss, and because I think what's really fun when you are creating some starkness, if you have like, even though, it's a playful blue or a soft blue, I wanted a deep, dark green. And I'm really happy that I made that choice because it really brings out the green and it also accentuates the blue. As I am finishing up this sunshine flower, I always want to tell you how grateful and thankful I am for all of you that join in on my crazy recordings and stay and watch till the end. It really does mean a lot to me. And I hope that you like these Craft Your Life kits as well. I find them a real big value for your money because you do get so many elements to just the one kit. And that's all. Just wanted to pop in to say that. So here is where you really get to see all the fun elements of this kit. You get the 3D embossing folder that matches one of the other stamps, and you can use that as a complement to your card. The embossing folder matches the other stamp that's in the kit. And I wanted to still use it though because it will definitely be part of the card we are making. So once I cut out the blue flower, I wanted to take the sentiment that is part of the kit. It also has a die cut, and I wanted the die cut to match the color of the flowers. So what better way than to just create your own color? I also love to use the double-sided backing because then when I run the die cut through my machine, I already have all the adhesive ready to go, and then I don't have to mess with all the little tiny wet ink, which I find gets very sticky on my fingers. I didn't like the color blue that I shaded, so I'm putting the wording right back into the die cut that I did, and I'm adding another layer of blue. No, I take that back. I am adding some purple color family right on top to create sort of that blended look that I crave so much. So now I'm getting my card ready. I'm using 100-pound cardstock. This is a very thick cardstock, but it's great for cards. And I'm cutting my 3D image in half because I wanted to just peek off the one side of the card. And I'm sort of deciding how do I want this to be aligned. You are seeing real footage of my brain process, which clearly is not up to par today. That's what you get with a cold, right? But I did settle on this alignment with the cardstock, craft cardstock up in the right, with matches the blue. And now I'm just gently tacking down Hello Friend, which has some adhesive in the backing. To finish off the card, I gave the card a very light blending inking of a blue, very light touch. And now I'm just adhering my elements, and here is our finished product, ready to be mailed out to be given to one of my friends. And as always, I thank you so much for joining me. And please don't forget to hop along all the other crafters, leave a comment, and subscribe if you have not already. Till the next time, bye-bye.